All right, let's talk about meetings. We're going to pull back the curtain on the invisible forces that decide who wins and who loses before a single word is even spoken. Forget the best argument or the loudest voice. This is something else entirely. This is the anatomy of meeting dominance.
Just think about that for a second. It means the actual conversation, the part we all spend hours preparing for, that's just the last scene of a play. And the ending, well, the ending was decided long before the curtain ever went up. The entire game is won or lost in those silent moments.
So let's dive right in. We're stepping onto what I call the invisible battleground. This is that silent strategic space where influence is claimed, where hierarchies get built, and where the whole vibe of a room is set in stone, all without anyone saying anything. We've all been there, right? You get cut off mid-sentence and you think, yep, that's it. That's the moment I lost control. But that's just a symptom. It's a trailing indicator. The real loss of power, that critical moment of surrender, actually happened the second you chose your seat and the way you put your notebook on the table. So what's the prize? What is everyone in that room fighting for, whether they know it or not? It's something called the reality high ground. This is the ultimate goal. It's when you have such complete psychological and spatial dominance that your point of view becomes the default reality for everyone else. It's the power to set the rules of the game before the game even starts. Now, let's put a name to that horrible, sinking feeling. You know the one. You walk into a room feeling confident, you've got a great idea, but something about the atmosphere just immediately puts you on the defensive. Well, that's not just in your head. It's real. It's called the sovereignty trap. Okay, so the formal term for this feeling is the erosion of executive sovereignty. It's this slow, almost invisible process where you find yourself unconsciously just giving up your personal agency. You start to defer, you shrink back, you hand over your status, not because of an org chart, but because of all these subtle pressures in the environment. And this erosion, it has very real consequences. First, there's conversational marginalization. Suddenly, you can't get a word in. Then comes territorial monopoly. You notice someone else's laptop, their coffee, their posture. It's like they own the entire table. And that leads to the final stage, decision paralysis. You start hesitating, second-guessing your own brilliant ideas. And here's the really insidious part. Your own brain starts working against you. Because you've accepted this secondary role, your contributions start to feel like interruptions, even to you. You feel like you're no longer adding to the conversation, you're interfering with it. The trap has snapped shut. You're now waiting for permission to add value. So how does this actually work? Well, it's not magic, and it's definitely not random. It's a system, a predictable, repeatable system. So let's deconstruct it. We're going to break down the 4 stages of this environmental takeover. This is the dominance loop. This is the machinery of control. This loop has 4 distinct stages, and each one builds on the last. It's a feedback system that starts with a physical claim on space and ends with total, silent control over the group's attention. It's a powerful, self-reinforcing cycle that most people never, ever see happening. Stage 1 is the territorial claim. This happens before the meeting even starts. Someone comes in, maybe a little early, they put their notebook here, their phone over there, their coffee cup way out here, creating this wide perimeter. This isn't just them being messy, it's a strategic move. It's a primal signal to every brain walking into that room that says, my zone is much bigger than my body. I own the space. Stage 2, securing the visibility node. Now that they've claimed territory, it's about getting the right seat. The dominant person instinctively picks a seat with a command view, the head of the table or the center seat. From there, they can see everyone without even turning their head. But more importantly, everyone has to turn to see them. They've just made themselves the psychological axis of the room. Stage 3 is postural expansiveness. Next time you're in a meeting, just look around. You'll see some people shrinking, hunched over, elbows tucked in, but this person, they expand. They lean back, they spread their arms, maybe put their hands behind their head. This relaxed, open posture sends a signal that biologists call low-threat arousal. It basically tells everyone's primal brain, I am so comfortable and in control here, I have nothing to fear. And our brains interpret that signal as pure mastery. And now the final stage, the one that seals the deal, the gaze anchor. With their spatial and psychological dominance totally established, they now use their eyes to direct the whole conversation. A little nod gives someone permission to speak. A glance away dismisses an idea. They decide who talks and when, all without saying a word.
They've become the informal moderator, no matter who's officially in charge.
Okay, so that's the how. That's the 4-stage playbook. But the really big question is, why is it so ridiculously effective? The answer, it turns out, isn't in some business textbook. It's baked into our evolutionary wiring. This isn't a new phenomenon. It's an ancient feature of the human brain. So yeah, why? Why does our sophisticated 21st century brain fall for such primitive, simple displays of power? Why do we let a coffee cup and a relaxed posture completely dictate our behavior?
Well, the answer is kind of simple and profound all at once. It's because, deep down, your brain's oldest operating system, well, it never really left the savannah. The exact same ancient circuits that kept our ancestors alive by figuring out who the leader of the pack was, are still running the show in the modern boardroom.
And this comparison here makes it so clear. Leaning back in a chair, to your brain, that's the alpha, occupying the most territory. Spreading out your notebook, that's a display of physical presence. A relaxed posture is the signal of the most powerful animal in the herd, the one who has zero threats to worry about. Your brain doesn't see these as metaphors. It reads them as cold, hard facts about power. So the specific mental software at work here is called the hierarchy scan heuristic. Think of it like your brain's built-in power scanner. It's a shortcut. Instead of looking at job titles, it just does a quick, dirty scan for 2 things: who controls the most space and who is the most relaxed. And based on that, boom, it creates an instant power map and tells you exactly where you fit in. And here's where it gets really tricky. This whole dynamic actually weaponizes your own brain against you. Your mirror neurons, the very cells that allow for empathy, they kick into overdrive. You start to unconsciously sync up with the dominant person's energy. They're expansive, so you shrink. They're relaxed, so you get tense. You're basically being neurologically hijacked into reinforcing their high status and your own low status. Okay, so we've laid out the problem. We've taken apart the machine. We understand the ancient psychology that makes it all tick. Now we get to the most important part, the solution. It's time to stop reacting and start anchoring. It's time to reclaim your agency. Your single most powerful weapon is just this, awareness. Because here's the secret to the whole thing. The system only works if you're an unconscious participant. The second you can see the game for what it is, just a set of predictable manipulative cues, it starts to lose all of its power over you. The system just collapses. So let's neutralize this dominance loop with a simple 3-step process. And listen, this isn't about getting aggressive or trying to dominate them back. This is about quietly, confidently holding your own ground. This is about calm, centered strength. Step 1, label the layout. The very instant you walk in and feel that familiar, outplaced feeling, just stop. Don't react emotionally. Analyze. In your head, just calmly name what you see. Oh, okay, classic territorial claim with the laptop. And yep, that's a visibility node C choice. This simple act pulls you out of your emotional lizard brain and puts your rational, strategic brain back in charge. You're no longer a victim, you're an analyst. Step 2, territorial reclamation. This is a quiet but incredibly powerful act of defiance. Don't move your notebook when their stuff starts creeping over. Don't shrink in your chair when they lean back. Just calmly and confidently maintain your 18 inches of personal space. It's not about being rude, it's about not giving ground. By simply holding your physical sovereignty, you send a nonverbal signal that you will not be downgraded. And step 3, the attention pivot. This is how you break the final, most powerful stage of the loop. When that gaze anchor looks at you, giving you that silent permission to speak, don't jump in immediately. Resist that reflex. Instead, take a breath, pause for just a beat, and then start talking. That tiny little pause is a declaration of independence. It proves you're not just reacting to their cues. It proves you own your own timing. And look, if you're a leader, you have a huge responsibility to use this knowledge for good. Your job is to be an ethical anchor. Use your space to make others feel safe. When a quiet person speaks up, physically lean in to show them they're important. Use your power seat to consciously direct everyone's attention to the people who are being ignored. You want to build power based on respect, not just your type. At the end of the day, this isn't really about learning a bunch of new tricks to win a fight. It's about a fundamental shift, a new paradigm for how you show up, for how you even think about the idea of presence. It's about moving from being an object in the room to being a force in the room. And this gets to the final and maybe most powerful truth of all. Real power doesn't belong to the person who speaks the loudest. It belongs to the person who is the most comfortable in the silence. Their calm becomes the room's true center of gravity.
So, the next time you walk through that door, I want you to have a different goal. You're not there just to participate. You're not there just to add your 2 cents. Your new objective is simple. Don't just enter the meeting, anchor the room.